Hello everyone, welcome to this series of C programming. This is the very first video in this series. In this series I'll cover theory as well as practical part of C programming. I'll introduce theory as and when required. I'll not go much into the details of theoretical part. Okay? But I'll cover the necessary and sufficient theory part. Okay, and it will be something like theory first followed by the coding part. So let us get started. I'll start with the history of C programming language. Okay, so C was first developed by Dennis Ritchie during the early 1970s, and to be exact the year was 1972. The first standardization of C programming language took place in the year 1989-90, commonly known as the ANSI standard C89. Okay, C89 standard that came out in the year 1989. The proposal came in the year 1983. Okay, it took almost 6 years. Okay, the next standard came in the year 1999 and it was known as C99 standard. Okay, and C99 retained almost all the features of C89. Okay, in this lecture whatever I'll cover, it will not be anything specific to C89 or C99, but as a whole it will be more inclined towards C89. Okay, now second thing is that C is a case sensitive language. That means it can distinctly recognize the capital letters as well as small letters. For example, C has a different meaning of this capital C and this small c. So case sensitive, it can clearly distinguish between the capital letter and the lowercase and uppercase letters. Now, what are the requirements to compile and run C programs? The bare minimum requirement to compile and run C programs are a text editor, a simple text editor, and a C compiler. Okay, text editor, it must be a simple one. If you use a feature-rich text editor like Microsoft Word or LibreOffice with the one that we use .odt extension, they will not work because they use complicated coding techniques to store the content in their file. Okay, but here we do not want those feature-rich code editor or text editor. We shall use the simple text editors. Okay, and any one C compiler, any one C compiler. There are many C compilers. There is GCC C compiler that we shall use, and that is freely available. You can use free of cost. There are some more C compilers available like Borland C++, then Turbo C++, then Dev C++. Microsoft has its own C compiler. Then HP also has its own C compiler. So there are many C compilers, but we shall use the GCC, the one that is provided by GCC, GNU. Okay. Now, in these series of videos, I'll be uploading all these videos with basically, two headings or titles. Means in two playlists. One playlist will be C programming and the other one will be miscellaneous aspects of C programming languages. C programming. Okay, this one. Now the normal flow, I mean mainstream videos will be uploaded in this playlist C programming, and the remaining the like additive or the other videos will be uploaded in this playlist, and they will be like how C programs run in different environment. I mean to say that how I can write and compile and run C programs by using text editor or different IDEs. Okay, and there will be some C programs also, C FAQs or C aptitude. They all will be uploaded in this playlist. Okay, and one more thing, I'll probably not show you how to install these because the installation installation procedure gets obsolete or gets backdated somehow, and so that is why I'll not show, but I'll show you how to run, write and compile and run C programs by using different IDEs and text editors. Okay, and installing is not very difficult. You can do it easily by Google. Okay, now in programming paradigm there are basically three types of programming, high level programming, middle level programming and low level programming. Okay, so in high level programming you will get Ada, Modular 2, then Pascal, COBOL, Fortran, Basic, etc. In the middle level you will get Java, C++, C, Forth, macro assembler, and in low level you will get assembler or machine level coding, which are very very fast. So C somewhere lies in middle level language, and C is faster also. C is faster compared to all these high level languages as well as Java and C++. C is a bit faster. Okay, now coming back to the terminal based text editor. Now I'll go a little bit back. You can see here how I can form the the environment, C development environment. The bare minimum requirement is a text editor and a C compiler. C compiler we shall use GCC, that is free. And now coming to the text editor and the IDE part, that I'll show. You can see these are the text editors. Now text editors are also basically of two types. One is terminal based text editor, the other one is GUI based text editor. Okay, and in terminal based text editor you will get VI, VIM, Nano, Pico, Emacs, etc. They all are available for Linux, and Emacs is available for Windows as well. Then GUI based text editor, Notepad, Notepad++, they both are available for Windows. And then GVim is available for Windows and Linux. Gedit, it is available in Linux. Skite, that is available in Linux. Kate, Linux. Atom, that is available for Linux and Windows both. Brackets, that is also available for Linux and Windows and Mac as well, I guess. Visual Studio Code, that is available for Windows, Microsoft Windows, Linux as well as Mac. Sublime Text also same, it is available for all three platforms, Linux, Windows and Mac. Now Sublime Text, this is a paid software, but you can however use it a unregistered version of Sublime Text for free. Okay, now lightweight IDs, there are many lightweight IDs. I like Gedit and Gyani. These are lightweight IDs because they are small in size and they occupies less resources in your computer. Okay, then heavyweight IDs are like Eclipse and NetBeans and CodeBlocks IDE. They all are very rich IDs. Okay, and by the way, this heavyweight, this name heavyweight is given by me, and I gave such name because I felt it is a really appropriate name. They are really very heavyweight IDs. Their contents are very rich, features are very rich. They provide very rich features. And okay, now coming back to like okay, if you do not want to go to the complexities of how to how to prepare a development environment for C programming languages, the easy way to prepare a development environment is by installing CodeBlock. Okay, and CodeBlock you can install it in Linux, Windows as well as Mac. Okay, and you install it and you are ready to go. You are ready to go with the write and run your C programs. It is very simple. Okay, let us see how to download and install this CodeBlock IDE in your Linux machine and Windows machine. Okay, you just open your web browser and in Google you can write CodeBlocks download. The first link that you will get, this one you can open, or you can directly go to their home page, codeblocks.org, and here you will see these are the versions that are available. The current version is 17.12 and the earlier version was 16.01. okay, if you want to read a little more about CodeBlocks IDE, you can open this link, wiki. And anyway, if you want to download, you either click here or here. Okay, click on this download, you will get something like this, then binaries. You click on these binaries. Okay, and there you will get actually binaries. You see, this is available for 3 different platforms: Windows, Linux and Mac. For all three platforms you have CodeBlock IDE available. So if you are using Windows, then I'll suggest that you download this one, CodeBlocks-17.12 meangw-setup.exe. So this executable file, you can download it from here, this link. This has basically IDE as well as the compiler combined as one single entity or one single capsule. So you can just download it and install it and you are ready to go. Okay, Windows, in Windows XP, Vista 7, 8 or 10, whatever it is. Okay, and it does not actually matter whether your system is 32-bit or 64-bit, as they have not mentioned. You can just, whether your Windows is 32-bit or 64-bit, in both the operating system you can install this file. Okay, now coming to the Mac. If you are using a Mac system, you have to download this file, and you can download it from this link, sourceforge.net. From here you download it and install it. Okay, and if you are using Linux system, then if you are using suppose Debian or any derivative of Debian like Ubuntu or Linux Mint, in that case you have to install any one of these 2 files. This is for 64-bit system and this is for 32-bit system. You download it. Okay, the download link is here, this one and this one. If you are using 32-bit system, then download this one. If you are using 64-bit, you download this one. And if you are using Fedora, then you check which one is appropriate for you. According to that you download it. And if you are using Red Hat or CentOS, then you can download either of these 2 files. These are the links to download. Okay, so for a start, there is one other easier way. If you are using Ubuntu or Debian or Linux Mint, there is one easier way by which you can download and install CodeBlock in your system. Okay, because sometimes tar file, installing it is a bit tricky for someone who has just started programming. So you can install it the other way. You have to go to the dash and you have to write like SOFT, type here SOFT, and you will find something called Ubuntu Software Center. And just remember that when you before you open this one Ubuntu Software Center, you must be connected to internet. Okay, I'll click this one, click in this one, and you will get something like this, Ubuntu Software Center. Okay, and here you type like code block. Okay, and you will see this icon here, this icon. So in my system I have already installed code block IDE, so that is why this button is showing something written as remove. Okay, because I have already installed. If I want to remove now, I'll have to click here. Okay, then it will show you, are you sure you want to remove code block IDE? Okay, so I do not want to remove this one or uninstall code block from my system, so that is why I'll click cancel. Okay, in your system, if you have not installed code block IDE, you will get similar button written as install here. You will click here, you have to click here, and then you will get the authentication form. Right? It will ask you to authenticate. You have to enter the root password, and then you have to click on a button written as authenticate. You click here and it will take some times, and it will code block will be installed in your Ubuntu machine. Okay, and after it gets installed, it will show you that code blocks has been installed in your system. Okay, then you just quit or get out of this Ubuntu Software Center, and then again go to dashboard, and you take your mouse pointer here, or you can also press the Windows button in your keyboard. It will open up the dashboard for you, and here you type code block, and you can see this icon. You click here. Okay, and it will open code block for you. Okay, that's all. And in the next video I'll show you, I'll discuss a bit more about theory, and then I'll start the programming part. Okay, thank you.